going on, guys? So I'm gonna make a quick video today about the top 5 reasons why I sold my 2008 G37 for this 2012 BMW 335i Sport. So the number one reason why I sold the Infiniti was its size. Obviously it's a two-door coupe, but the back seat was very unusable. It had basically no trunk space, and it was just a super small car. You basically couldn't put any adults in the back seat because it was that small in the back. Obviously this BMW is much bigger. Obviously I have 4 doors, I have back seat room, and the trunk is very spacious here, which is, you know, it might sound like a silly thing, but it's one of my favorite things about this car. In an Infiniti, the trunk was that small because it had a very big fuel tank, which was located obviously right under the trunk. So that fuel tank ate a lot of the room the trunk potentially could. I'm not sure the exact size of the fuel tank it had, but it was, I don't know, 17, 18 gallons or something like that in that car. So yeah, that's my number one reason, just the size of the car. My number 2 reason is the technology inside the car. So obviously that car was a 2008, and so obviously technology wasn't that great. It still had, you know, I mean, the touchscreen, you know, infotainment system in there. But for example, it didn't have Bluetooth streaming, and you know, the menus and the maps and everything just looked pretty outdated. In this car, the technology is, I think, much better. I have a heads-up display on my windshield, obviously Bluetooth streaming, you know, the whole interface. I think the BMW iDrive system is one of the best these days. And you know, and the Infiniti, for example, had a touchscreen, but then it had a button for every function too. So I think it was just you know what I mean, like 2 things to control one thing, you know, like you could control it with a touchscreen or the knobs. And you know, I think in a BMW, obviously now they're going towards the touchscreen you know, interface too recently, but this car just has the iDrive system, and I like it, you know. Let me change the brightness a little bit. So yeah, my number 3 reason, sorry about that, is performance. So this car on paper is, you know, 300 horsepower, 300 torque, something like that. I think it's a little bit more. They just rated it at that. And that car was 330 horsepower, but it only had around, I think, 270 torque, something like that, 268 maybe. And but just tunability. You know, in this car, I plan on getting the JB4 tune soon, and you know, I can easily make, you know, a conservative tune can make 400 horsepower. So far in this car, I just have just the intake so far. I'll probably do an exhaust because it's a little quiet. But yeah, just, you know, the performance and tunability in this car is a lot easier. In the Infiniti, I did have the exhaust and the intake, but you know, obviously that car not being turbo or anything, it's a lot harder to make power than, you know, a turbo car. So my number 4 reason is gas mileage. So the Infiniti, I had the automatic one. It was an S, so it's just a 5-speed automatic. So on a highway, if I averaged in the mid-20s from miles per gallon, that was great. In this car, if I switch it to eco mode, I can easily make over 30 miles per gallon on a highway. And it has the start-stop technology. Obviously, you can turn it off. Some people don't like that. But yeah, this car just, on average, I get around 25 miles per gallon in this car. In that car, if I averaged 20, it was good. So my number 4 reason is the amount of gas it burned. And obviously you gotta understand, you're getting a sports car, so you're not gonna get, you know, great gas mileage. But you know, if you're taking a long road trip or something, I guess it's nice to get a little bit more, you know, miles to the gallon. And my number 5 reason, it's kind of my opinion. I don't know, people always steered me away from BMW, saying they're not very dependable cars. But since I was a kid, I wanted a BMW. So, you know, with this car, I kind of just decided to risk it, and I got a BMW. And so yeah, my number 5 reason is just, you know, a BMW is a car I've always wanted. So I decided to go for it, and so far so good. I didn't have any major problems in the first year. Actually, I didn't have any problems. So the car so far is running great. I bought it with around 20,000 miles on it, so I barely had any miles on it. So I guess I don't expect the issues to happen yet, but you know, so far so good. But yeah, those are my top 5 reasons why I switched from the 2008 G37 to 2012 BMW 335i Sport. Thanks for tuning in, guys.